Guys, I'm here at the White Spring Resort today to bring you a low level to mid level player guide on EXP and caps. I'm going to first go over some perks, make it nice and simple, what perks would be good in this guide for and what reasons we would be taking them. Then I'll be going over why I'm here at the White Spring Resort in the first place, and then I'll be teaching you a recipe or the location of a recipe and how to make it, where to get all the ingredients from, everything, and then I'll be taking you through 2 spots, maybe 3 spots that I like to farm. So let's get right into it and start off with the perks. Now, I'll be leaving a level description down in or a level cap, or the level requirement even. I'll get right in a minute. The level requirement for the perk card required in the description for you. So obviously we're going to want green thumb, which allows us to get twice the amount of materials while we're harvesting. Now the other perk I don't actually have because I no longer require it, and that would be in the charisma tree. Now there are 2 perks that you're going to want. Hard bargain at level 3 will increase the amount of stuff that you, or the price you can sell stuff to a vendor, and decrease the buying cost. You're only interested in the selling cost really on this one. The next one is inspirational. While you're on a team, you gain 5% more EXP, which means a 15% EXP bonus just for having this at level 3. Now the other one you're going to want is travel agent. Now normally I don't recommend this to higher level players, but to a low level character the 30% reduced caps cost is amazing. The last perk that I want to go on about is actually in the luck tree. Or last 2 perks, sorry. Super Duper and Woodchucker. Woodchucker allowing you to get twice as much wood when you harvest it, and Super Duper, when max, gives you a 30% chance to get double results when you're crafting anything. There's some exceptions, but don't worry, you don't need to worry about those. Now another thing about your special stats is that your intelligence gives you a 2 to 3% EXP boost per point of intelligence you have. So obviously the higher intelligence, the quicker you're going to level. Keep that in mind. Now, we're at the White Spring Resort here to get you cranberry relish, which is a consumable item that will boost the EXP you can gain. So to get it, we're just going to run through these doors here. Right, now that we're inside, you're just going to follow the route that I take, and I'll take you right to the guy that can sell it. Let's try it again, shall we? Good old Bethesda. Anyway, we're going to run down here.
Did you need something, monsieur?
Take a left, and he'll be right here.
All recipes demonstrated upon request.
Unfortunately, he isn't selling it, but this will be the vendor that will sell it when we have the cranberry relish. It'll cost you about 125 to 120 caps, depending on if you have hard bargain or not. If you have hard bargain, it'll be cheaper. Right, once you've got the plan, if it isn't there, just server hop until it is, or ask a friend, or, well, you can get it from player vendors, but I'd advise you got it from in there. So the next thing is, we're going to go over places that we can get the recipe components from. Cranberry relish obviously requires cranberries. This is the easiest area to get at a low level. Just off Route 94, you'll see Aaronholt Homestead. Now we're going to head there next. Right, now that we're at Aaronholt Homestead, we're going to run down here, or we're going to walk, whatever you prefer to do. Make sure you've got a weapon here, because you are going to get attacked. There's a couple of dogs. Sometimes there's 2 or 3, depending on how recent someone's been through. But it should be nothing that you can't handle. Now this is where Green Thumb's going to come in, and we're going to get a little bit more work done. Now there are some blood bugs and bloat flies that hang around in this area. So you might want to keep an eye out for them. They shouldn't be too much of a problem though. And the bush that you're looking for is one like this. So you pick up some cranberries, there'll be more than enough cranberries here for you. Don't worry about the blood bugs. Alright, once you've done your cranberry run, the next thing we're going to need is wood. We're going to come down to here to get our wood. Nice and simple, we're going to run in there, get a little bit of wood and move on to the next location. Right, we're here at the next location, which is the Gilman lumber mill. And the only reason we're here is for wood. This is where woodchucker will come in handy, as you better get a little bit more wood. Now there are ticks around here, which if you kill them and you have the stim pack recipe, you can use their materials to make stim packs should you be out. Although I can't imagine you will be, with daily ops being a readily available thing that you can do. We're going to come right over here, and we're just going to munch on the wood. What I like to do is I like just to mash the collect button and run through all the wood. There'll be times where you get different prompts. These can be used to get wood if someone hasn't harvested from them recently. We get a little bit more here. I'll go back into the compound and grab from these. See, plenty of wood, whatever you need. So the next thing we're going to need is sugar. And you see I've put a marker down on the map, so we're going to head to Flatwoods next. And I'll show you where to go once we get to Flatwoods. Alright, we're now at Flatwoods, and what we're going to want to do is head right, just here. We can ignore anything that isn't an enemy. There'll be some water here. You want to collect some. This will be useful for later. Collect as much as you think that you will need. Ideally, you want to collect at least 4 bits of water. For 4 dirty waters should be more than enough. Now these are snaptails. We're going to need loads of these, and if you have, yet again, green finger, you'll pick 2 per click. So you just run down this stream, and you'll find plenty off to the side. Sometimes the event will start there. I'd advise that you ignored it. So you just ignore it. Run down here. And we can get some more snaptails. Look at that, nice and easy. Sometimes that log can be harvested, but I think I've recently harvested it on my last run through here. So there you go, look, even more. Get some silk beans if you want them. And there we have it. So the next location we're heading to will be just down here. Now this is quite far away from where everyone else is, unfortunately. But if you've got a camp, if someone's got a camp in this area, or there's an event on, I suggest you head down here and grab it while you can. Anyway, I'll meet you back at the General Steakhouse. Right, now that we're here at the General Steakhouse, we're just going to make a right. And you should be able to see it from here. Do you see that rundown little shack? Or trailer? Whatever it is. We're going to head over there. This will be the final part for the recipe that we need. The gourds. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over here and look. Right there, just in front of this green grass, right between the divide of the green and the slightly dying, you have gourds. There should be enough gourds here for you to pick up 6. Next I'm going to head to a crafting bench. Now that depends on the area. I'm going to head to my camp, which is just outside of Foundation. You could head to the White Springs or anywhere else to make this recipe. Anyway, I'll get back to you once I'm there. Alright, now my camp is loaded in, I can show you how to make some
It's
cranberry
hard work
relish.
making a living out here.
Obviously you're going to have to just go to any cooking stove in the world. First thing we're going to do is make boiled water. That will take 2 wood and 4 water for the recipe. After that we'll go to all food for this one, make it easier for ourselves to find it. Go right down to the bottom. Should see sugar. Again, we're going to need 2 of that, so we're going to need another 2 wood and 4 snaptails.
If the scorched or the ferals don't get you, the rats will.
Then we're going to go into plants, and we're going to scroll down till we see cranberry relish as an option. We're going to make 1 cranberry relish. Now, because I have herbivore, which is a mutation, my effects are doubled, but you can assume that you'll get half of what I get in mine. On mine, rather. So I'll eat mine.
Need some new clothes. I'm getting really muddy.
And you'll see that I'm getting a 20% EXP boost. Now you'll also see... is it still on? Maybe not.
Hey, Ward.
Alright, it's not.
You want a fresh cup of joe? Alright, I'll put some on when I'm down there next.
So if I rest in a bed, you'll also get another EXP buff which will help you out. That'll be the well rested buff. Now, hopefully those 2 buffs, along with the inspirational perk and the party perk that I mentioned before, will be enough in total to help you level up a little bit quicker. But now you've got all these buffs, where do you go? Oh, before I forget, there are a couple of EXP buffs that I've not mentioned, such as bobbleheads and magazines. I haven't mentioned these buffs because I don't believe they're readily accessible to new players. And I don't think that's fair to include in a low level guide. However, they are things to keep in mind of. Anyway, the next thing we're going to do is head to a place to get EXP. So, where better to get EXP than West Tech Research Centre? Now, in a group of 2, maybe even 3 of you, it's fairly easy to clear this place. So I'm going to go through it, I'm going to show you how it works, and then I'm going to show you what is worth looting. Basically, their guns. Just loot their guns. Anyway, I'll meet you there.
It's about time to eat.
Right, now that we're at West Tech, I'm going to show you the route that I like to do. Hopefully the ad's spawning. There we go. Be careful, there is an exploding super mutant in this side. And watch out for this turret on the right. Once you've cleared the area, just feel free to loot all their corpses. You don't have to loot the turret. The turret's more for me. I kind of need the materials it drops. There's some caps, not many caps, but you're not really here for the caps drops. They're like a little side bonus you get for just being here, I guess. Another set of caps. That's 10 caps I've earned here. Obviously, you got to find the corpse of this guy. There you go. That's that bit. Now, there's a few more around the side here. Now, these can be a little bit more difficult. Some of them may have miniguns. So this will be where the real hardship starts for you. And I've bugged out my aiming. Cool. Again, like last time, you just want to make sure that you've cleared out the area. Watch out for that turret. I forgot about that one. Once you're done, loot the corpses. Now sometimes you might see stuff like this where a gun has dropped on the floor. Sometimes you can pick it up. I can. You don't have to pick up the ammo, but I do recommend you pick up all of the loot you can find on the floor. Said more caps just coming in there. I believe our friend fell through the grate in here, so we can pick up his parts as well. Now with all those parts together, we're going to head to a stop nearby, which will be the White Springs Resort Station. And once I'm there, I'll show you what we're going to do next. Since he has to take his sweet ass time, we're going to rob the cash register as well, why not? Hopefully this one doesn't bug out as well. No, he lets me trade. So we're going to go to the weapons and we're going to sell all of the weapons that we just got. Obviously you're going to be getting more caps than I have.
This vendor unit is equipped with anti-theft measures. Don't get any.
See, the pipe rifles aren't really worth anything, but just in that short trip you can see that we've made quite a bit of caps. So the next spot for EXP and caps that I'm going to recommend is Blackwater Mine. Obviously you wouldn't have to travel there and back, but that's not here nor there on that one. Unfortunately, Bethesda can be a cruel, buggy mistress. So as I said, I'll be going over a couple of other locations that would be really good, like West Tech for EXP and caps. So Blackwater Mine has a lot of mole miners in it, where if you go through and kill the outside mole miners and the inside mole miners, providing your White Spring station isn't glitched, you can sell them now. All of the raider stuff around here can be pretty good, so the Pleasant Valley cabins, the ski resort, and the Cutthroat camp, and I believe there's a, it's not marked on the map, but there is actually is, yeah, it is the Cutthroat camp. So if you clear those areas out, they can be good for guns, which is the general thing you're going to be selling from all of these. Grafton Steel is very good for, again, super mutants, like in West Tech. They will obviously drop the same guns they do. Problem is there's no way for them to, much like West Tech, it's really hard to transfer them across. Now you could just walk all that. I wouldn't advise it. Carry what you can, get out what you can. A couple of event locations that you want to keep in mind would be the one that spawns in the Sons of Dane compound, which is One Violent Night. One that spawns over here, which would be called Path to Enlightenment, which will give you a 5% EXP boost, but it spawns very rarely. One that spawns here called Tea Time, and one that spawns here called Campfire Tales. They're all very good events and very easy. Obviously occasionally there will be a Scorched Beast Queen spawned down here. Now if you're really low level you're not going to be able to really do much, but if you hide well enough you might be able to take a big event well, not an event participation, but you will get a bonus at the end for completing the quest. Alright, well I hope that helps everyone. If there's anything I've missed out or you feel like you want to know more about, drop it in the description or the comment section below and I'll see what I can do. Alright.